YouTube. My name is JJ.
And I'm JP.
And we're the J Brothers.
And this is J Brothers Reviews. Today, we're going to talk about Annabelle Creations.
Annabelle Creations.
Annabelle Creations. Dun, dun, dun.
Alright guys, we back at it again. And don't forget guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I encourage you guys to check out our last video where we talk about The Flash Season 1.
Flash.
First video, give us some support. And we're going to hop right into it. JP, what's up, man?
Yeah, man. Annabelle Creations, I think, was a really good horror flick. And, you know, there's not many really good horror flicks nowadays, I think, that come out. And I think overall, Annabelle did a really good job. We'll get into the details about what we liked, what could have been better. But, you know, just before we start, any horror movie needs to have two big elements to be successful. Is the cinematography, so whether they make really good shots and scenes where it actually looks scary, but that's not the only part of it, and also it's the sound design. So it's got to have creepy music, and it's got to have creepy like sounds to it, and it's not just about the jump scares or the gore, it's about a mix of both and the timing of all of that put together. And if you do see Annabelle, which we highly recommend, you'll get to see all that stuff and how they did.
I think it's really about the suspense, man. Like at the edge of your seat feeling. I remember a movie that I seen a while back. It was I think it was 41 Meters Deep. That movie was
47 meters
47.
Deep. Yeah,
it wasn't necessarily scary, but you're at the edge of your seat the whole time.
Yeah,
it's the eerie music and you don't know what's gonna happen. So this is what we had. This is how we felt during Annabelle.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I was sitting in my chair when things were about to pop off, and I knew something was gonna jump at me. I had my hands to my ears, like, "Oh my God, here it comes!" So this movie is definitely a movie that you should check out. So we're gonna hop right into it, man. We're gonna hop right into it.
So yeah, pretty much. It's the next movie in the Annabelle storyline and the prequel to the first Annabelle movie in the Conjuring universe. So basically the plot is about the creation of Annabelle and how the doll became an evil entity. And in the other movies, you don't really get to see much of the doll. You get to kind of figure that she's evil. But in this movie, you actually see that the doll is evil, and it's like moving around, and it's almost like it's alive. Not like Chucky, but you know, like she's in one chair and then she moves in another, and it's just like, whoa, what the heck, what's going on? You're on the edge of the seat. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like you think you know, but they give you some curveballs, and that's what I like too. When I thought, you know, when you can predict a movie, it kind of gets boring, but those curveballs they give you, man, that's great.
See, the thing about Annabelle is they make it realistic, because the story focuses around a group of orphanage girls and a nun that take refuge at a doll maker's house. The doll maker's name is Sam, and his wife Esther, and
the Mullins.
It looks like it's in the middle of nowhere because there's no other houses around. It's kind of like a little prairie on a hill with like sand dunes all around. So it's in the middle of California in nowhere. So this movie is set up like, yo, get ready, this is gonna be a scary movie because you can scream and nobody's gonna hear you for miles type of movie. You know what I mean?
I really like how they started too, because they started in the shack of the doll maker where he creates his dolls, and you see all like these little body parts, and he's like grabbing the eye, and he's about to put the eye in this creepy doll, and you're just like, oh my goodness, what the heck? And it's really great. I love how they started, and it's like creepy starting, which is really good. Saw you off a good foot, and then going on the lines of what JJ was saying, it takes place 12 years after the death of their daughter, whose name is Annabelle. So you get to see the actual daughter in the film, and you get to see how she dies. Not gonna spoil it there, but after some time passes. The father wants some activity, some liveliness in the house because they've been without a child for all these years. So this nun and this orphanage girls needed somewhere to stay, and he opened their houses, and it revolves around that.
So we're not gonna spoil the story, But the story focuses on the two girls, Janice and Linda. So Janice is basically the main, pretty much the main actress, which is a little girl that they focus on. And she has polio and she wears a leg brace. And basically the movie's playing off of her weakness compared to the other girls. And a lot of the girls kind of like frown upon her or bully her. But
don't want to hang out with her.
But Linda is her best friend and the one that kind of hangs out with her. You know what I mean?
And if you really take a look at the storyline, there's a really good storyline development. We don't really get to have like a thorough background on each character, unfortunately, because it is a horror film. So you do see these girls, but you don't really get to know more about where they came from. You only know their names, and you only see the other girls every now and then. The main focus, like JJ said, was Janice and Linda. So it is a little slow at first, but it's not so slow where it's like, okay, come on, let's go. It is a good slow intro because it introduces the characters, and you kind of get to see who's who. And I believe this takes place in the mid-50s because. And you can tell as soon as like the girls walk in, they're like, "Whoa, this house is so big!" And they see a TV, like, "Look, they got a TV!" And they're like flipping out about all this like, old school technology, which is pretty funny.
He's like, the TV don't work. Sorry, girls, you can listen to the radio.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna hop into the cinematography. We're not gonna take too long. So the film does a great job with keeping the audience in suspense, as we talked about in the beginning. It has well-placed jump scares, and the movie's timing is like on cue, really, really good. So the movie follows the storyline of The Conjuring, which draws a lot from the inspiration of the movie and how scary it was. So it's not just a creepy movie; it's also has, I would say, a fair share of gory scenes and a good mix of suspense and music.
As the movie progresses, it gets creepy, you have this blend of suspense, creepiness, good music, so it makes you root for the character that's going on. You're just like, okay, no, don't do that, please. And then she's like, whoa, okay, good, she's okay. Whew. So it's just like, you don't know what's gonna happen. You're on the edge of your seat. You see some things happen, and like me personally, when I'm watching a scary movie, I like put myself in the place of that character. It's like, what would I do if I was, Janet, if I was Linda, or if I was the toy maker, or whatever, like the person getting chased, like, I wouldn't do that, or maybe I would. It's like you kind of relate to the movie and see, and it in some ways it is relatable in what they do, in some ways not. But at the end of the day, it's a good scary movie, and I've been trying to find a movie that I can enjoy while watching it. And after the movie finished, when I saw it, like we had everybody clapping for a good minute. It was good. It was enjoyable.
At the end of the movie connects to the previous Annabelle movie, which is kind of dope. And the movie kind of puts you... There's no resolution. The movie kind of is like on the edge of a cliff, which it's good, but because it also sets you up for another movie, meaning that there might be a sequel or a follow-up. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's a good ending, and it just like kind of leaves you, at that point. You get to see, you're like, whoa, what? And I like those endings where it's just like, I never would have guessed any of this happening, really. And I think our personal rating for this movie would be
straight banging. Yeah, dude. Yeah. This movie is really dope, so we highly recommend you guys check it out, as we've said like a million times so far throughout this review. And don't forget, you should also check out the 2014 movie, so that you kind of get a sense of what's going on, because the final scenes of this movie connects to the other movie. So check that out. The previous Annabelle was by a different director, and that's why it wasn't all that. But this one, much better. So they had a pretty good director, and the guy that actually directed this movie was very inspired by the Conjuring series. His name, David Sandberg.
Yeah, so David F. Sandberg.
He did a really good job, and
shout out to him.
Don't forget, slap that like button, hit that like button, smash that like button, stomp on that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. My name is JJ.
And I'm JP.
And we're the J Brothers.
And we're signing out.
You've
been Jade up.
Holla at your boys.